Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Fisker, ticker symbol FSR. And so Fisker had a great last trading day of the year on Friday, December 29th, closing the day up nearly 16% at a price of $1.75. Based on the close of Thursday, the 28th, the stock went up about 28% on the day, having a high of $1.94. But then, as you can see with the big wick at the top of this candle, there was a pullback, looks like kind of a spinning top for the day, suggesting that price may kind of cool off before the next leg up. So that's what I wanted to go over in this video. Also, I did want to point out that the first video that I made on Fisker was on November 27th when the price was around $1.83. And so price did go over that on the 29th, and all throughout making videos during this downtrend, I did get a lot of comments suggesting that this was a really bad time to be buying, but we did see, this consolidation in this downtrending channel, tendency to break to the upside. That's exactly what we saw. And we also saw the lowest close during this time on December 6th, which was a closing price of $1.41, and we have yet to close lower than that. So I think it's a really good sign that we did see this big move, and we are now trading around here at $1.75. So I'll go over the lines here in just a minute, but I did want to point out the reason why Fisker stock is soaring. And so for that, we turn to this article from Barron's. And so basically, Fisker said that they would make 10,000 units by the end of December, and they ended up producing, let's see, I can't highlight this, but 10,142. So they had beat their estimate, their projection. However, if we look back earlier in the year, like in November, they had expected to produce 13 to 17,000. And in August, they had expected to produce 20 to 23,000 by the end of the year. So it is kind of not so great that they kept lowering that standard, but they ended up beating what they said for December, 10,000 vehicles. So I think it's good. They're adjusting their expectations and then beating them. So that's why we saw, a close of nearly 16% up on the day, December 29th. And so what I see happening moving into the new year is, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here. So between the 28th and 29th, we did see a gap up. And so the high on the 28th was $1.54. So I could see price returning to $1.54, but that might be a really good time to accumulate. As you can see, there is a little bit of a volume shelf there. I also could see, if not going back to $1.54, which I do suspect we will see a tail of a candle, wick, going down to that level. Hopefully we see only closes above that level, especially closes above $1.58, which I have marked here in orange, based on the close of November 30th. So hopefully that becomes the new floor. I could see that as happening as far as closes go. But, I do think that there are going to be more opportunities to accumulate like we did see in this downtrend before the next leg up. And let's see, I want to point out this line that I have drawn at $2, just being a psychological level. The high on the 29th was lower than that at $1.94. But if we do take a step back on the chart, there are a number of levels to the upside and really not that much volume traded at these levels, going up from above $2. I do have a line drawn at $2.43 based on, let's see, what looks like the open price on November 20th before getting into this channel. And then also it looks like there's a gap to the upside going to $3.74.5. And then we do see some consolidation up here, which I think will be resistance at $4.30. So plenty of upside. Also, to not have been cluttering the chart, I want to throw on now the moving averages. And so we do see one up here at that's a 200-day moving average at a price of over $5, $5.17.2, something to look forward to in the future. But, probably further down the road, maybe in 2024, maybe in 2025. And then the 50-day moving average is at $2.83.7, this yellow line here. That does seem more feasible for the year of 2024. And I do think that we will surpass that, and that may end up serving as support. Like if we look at the 21-day moving average. Let's see if I can highlight where that is. Yeah, you can see that orange dot there, like right. I'm just going to have to move this. 1 second here. I've got to move that channel so I can hover over it. Actually, I'm sorry. It gets clunky with these moving averages being so high up. But yeah, so you can see that orange dot just below the price of let's see, that's at a price of $1.54 for the 21-day moving average. That is now acting as support. So we have moved above some key levels of support. I'm just going to move those moving averages because they do get a little cluttered with all this stuff going on in the chart. And yeah, so, what I see moving forward with the stock is, kind of a cool off. We did see this big spike in the RSI, but still, it's not at overbought. It's only at 43.63. But I do think that will cool off, return to maybe 35, maybe relaxing around this volume shelf here at a price of, let's see, $1.70. But I do think more realistically returning to $1.54, $1.58. That does seem likely before we see the next leg up to conquer $2, $2.43, and then get into the threes. So I do think 2024 is going to be an exciting year for Fisker, and I'm excited to be making these videos for you guys. And if you do find them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and Happy New Year.